Today we are making a presentation on the benefits of Claude Code. We have AI, so we can whip together a very powerful presentation in a pretty short amount of time, and this flow is just going to be walking through what I've done and also learning how to use this super fun tool called Slidev, which is a markdown formatted like slide creation, and we're going to use Claude terminal. I need to first walk through how I got the initial text for this. So essentially I need something done pretty quick. And one of my favorite YouTube channels, Sli.dev Dan, has a lot of videos on Claude Code, which is very good for intro and telling people about it and getting a lot of content down. He has hours of videos talking about Claude Code. I don't need hours of videos. I need about 15 minutes to then run through with some slides and then also have some Q&A. So essentially what I did is I went to his channel, picked all the videos I liked about Claude Code, took the transcripts, and then went over here to Gemini and said, hey, I need a video about a transcript for a presentation about Claude Code, what it is, how it compares to other cool tools, cursor, and why it is better. Put all these transcripts in there, and bada bing, bada boom, I have a 14 slide presentation that it's a good place to get me started on what I need to do. Because I don't know how to use Slidev. 230 that. All right. Global context. Where is it? 15. And here. Pages. Is that. Okay, yes, looks good. Awesome. Yeah, we have a lot more space there, easier to read. Okay. Adjust this so that there are multiple clicks that bring up each of these points, and then make it so that the heading with the colon is there, and then below it on a line item with a bullet is the text of each of the things to make it more readable. Excuse me. I don't know, it looks good. Right now we are vibe editing. And yeah. Adjusting this one. Okay. No, stop. Okay, we are just going through trying to style this good now. This slide is essentially saying AI coding versus agentic coding, and AI coding is you just do simple tools and it does single actions. Super awesome. Anyone that hasn't done it, when they first do it, they're like, oh my god, this is the craziest thing ever. Agentic coding is where we then apply an entire tool belt, and it then is able to go off and do what it wants to do. Okay, so I asked it to restyle a lot of this, so let's see what it did for restyling. So a lot of these subdivs, I'm noticing it like has all this extra white space, which then causes that to show up on the screen over there in a not so fun way. Let's save that. Okay, so I don't really like this, the workflow. Center the text in the div. Okay, I like how that looks. We're just going off of vibes right now. Then we'll go in and adjust the content. So here's what we got so far, unlocking the next gen. Yeah, just send off that text. All right, where's the list of, I think it's in security, right? I want to adjust the introducing Claude Code to have, instead of the row layout right now, I want it to be a grid layout with the first column being these three divs that are here, and then the second and third column showing all the tools Claude Code has access to in a table format, showing the tool in the description only. Here are the tools it has access to. We got the tools. All right, obviously it broke. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Can we adjust it so the V-click, we have a V-click that highlights the agent yellow, or maybe wraps this agent one in a, makes the div turn yellow as a click? I like this pulsing, but is there a way to set it up so that it doesn't pulse until I click again? Just so the yellow shows up with the clicks greater than 5 as well. adjust it so that when the clicks is greater than or equal to 5, this div, the entire div, gets wrapped in yellow and pulses, otherwise no yellow shows. Okay, so let me just flow through this like mentally. The idea is that we're going to come in here and it's like the real thing we're talking about is there's so many tools, which one do I try? Your time is the most valuable thing, so you have to spend time on something. So it's like, where is it best to put my money to actually save time? The real question is, where is there a tool that doesn't just write code, doesn't do some fancy demo and stuff, but I can actually use in my production code bases? And when we take a look at the AI coding spectrum, there's like a varying level of complexity that things... I gotta do a little like, where did he send me? Okay. So we're talking about there's different levels of it. The first thing that most people are probably familiar with are like the web apps like ChatGPT and the Claude AI. These are really easy for people to get started with because they don't require any setup, but there's no real access to your systems or copy and paste flows, which is great, but can be a little clunky when you start working with bigger and bigger code bases. Then we have the desktop IDEs, so these would be your cursors, Windsurf, or whichever one you prefer. They directly integrate with the coding experience and require a little more understanding, but there is not much control you get over automating things, and then you are limited to what the interface allows. And then we have the really in-depth tools like Claude Code and Aider. These have full access to your code base at a system level. They're scriptable and automatable, but the downside is they can be very daunting to get into because you are interfacing with the terminal, and there's not really as much feedback when interfacing with them directly. So then we look through here to the agentic versus AI coding, and how does this look when you start stepping away from AI coding to an agentic coding? AI coding is having a really powerful hammer. You're able to just say, AI, here's this file, go do this, and AI will knock that out for you very quickly. It's very powerful, and the first time you use it, it's a, oh my God moment, this is so cool, but you are then very limited into its single operations. Agentic coding takes a step in where this is then a complete tool set that the agent has access to. It works where I give it a task and all the tools it can use, and then it goes and it knocks out the mission by iteratively not doing these tools. It's very scalable and autonomous, and it can complete entire workflows with given enough time. We need to remove that. Don't like that at all. So then this is where Claude Code comes in. It is an agentic tool. It is terminally native, and it is fully programmable and scriptable. And here are the available tools that it has access to, quite a lot. This then allows it to edit and navigate your code base to figure out based on your request what you need to do. And something I really want to take a look at more is the agent section, which is make this 3 columns instead. Adjust this so that in each column there are line items and lists instead of it just being blocks of text. Adjust this to be direct access to the terminal or something like that. I want to adjust this slide to be about how the magic here is that you're able to embed workflows and processes that you have already in natural language into tasks that the agent can go off and execute by spawning sub-agents to complete arbitrarily complex subtasks. That's not what it does. Center the code block. Adjust this to all be in Python files. Adjust this request to be something along the lines of feature implementation. The instruction user input is implement the following tasks, spawning sub-agents to complete non-blocking tasks in parallel, and then just have a it be for a feature implementation. Update the tasks to be a little more interesting. Create a new branch as the first task. then do this stuff, and then run the pre-commit check, and then create a pull request with these tasks in the middle. Ugh, how do I get Playwright, man? Okay, I don't have Chromium, but this works. Okay, so that's the slides. So if we go into this. Good morning, everyone. I'm back. It's the next morning. The presentation went amazing. And here's what I just want to look at my texts here. I got the call to do it at around noon, and the presentation was at 6. I didn't start until, let's say, 1 p.m. I had an hour meeting in the middle, and I had to shower and eat dinner. So I had 3 to 4 hours to get this done, to make a presentation from scratch. And with the help of various AI tools, this is what I was able to come up with on different cycles of Claude Code and Cursor, and why programmable agentic tooling Claude Code is going to win out. And go through title slide. Got these really nice transitions. Sli.dev is amazing. Like, this is a beautifully looking, polished presentation. I was amazed at, I was able to go from literally nothing to a completely polished presentation that was so well received. After my talk, I had lines of questions, people wanting to get more information and such, and it was amazing.